Hi students, our next atom model is Bohr's atom model. We studied Thomson's atom model, then Rutherford's atom model, but at last Bohr's atom model. It's an advanced level. What are the postulates of Bohr's atom model? What are the postulates of Bohr's atom model? Only certain special orbits known as discrete orbits of electrons are allowed inside an atom. Is an atom? He explained that nucleus is at the center. Rutherford's explanations are obeyed Bohr's atom model. So at the center portion, nucleus exists. Then only certain special orbits known as discrete orbits. This is the first discrete energy level. Then second discrete energy level. And then third. It continues. But in between these two energy levels, there is no discrete energy. So these electrons are revolving in certain distance from the nucleus. That is the certain discrete energy levels. Okay. Only special orbits known as discrete orbits of electrons are allowed inside an atom. So the electrons are continuously revolving the nucleus with certain distance, with certain energy levels, that is known as discrete orbits. The next one. While revolving in discrete orbit, the electrons do not radiate energy. These electrons, if it is an electron, these are electrons. These outermost electrons revolving around the nucleus, but at that time they do not radiate energy. They are revolving in certain energy levels. At that time they do not radiate energy. Then when they radiate energy, if this electron radiates energy, then these electrons jump into the inner shells or the other shell. These electrons transform their state from one nucleus, from one shell to another shell. These electrons can jump into this electron by absorbing energy. This electron can jump into back by releasing energy, by radiating energy. So when they are revolving in a certain discrete energy level, they do not radiate energy. These are the postulates of Bohr's atom model. Then what is a shell? And how Bohr's explanation about this the energy level? Listen. The electron existing part around the nucleus is called the shells. The electron existing part. So these orbits are known as shells. Then shells are also called the energy levels. That is Bohr's explanation. He explains that this shell shows energy levels for electron revolving orbits. Bohr explained that these shells are energy levels of electron revolving orbits. So these are the shells, and we can name these shells as K, L, M, N, O in that way. Okay. Number of shells. Shells can be identified by K, L, M, N, etc. Then next question is, who discovered neutron and write its properties? We discussed the discovery of electron and proton. But the discovery of neutron is a different one because neutron has no charge. Then in 1932, J. Chadwick discovered neutron. It's a subatomic particle like proton and neutron, but which has no charge. Neutron has no charge. The mass is nearly equal to that of proton. proton, but there is no charge for neutron. It was discovered by J. Chadwick. Okay. Then, what are the rules for writing number of electrons in a different energy levels or shells? How we can fill the electrons in shells? There are some rules. First rule is that the maximum number of electrons present in a shell is given by a formula 2n square. First we can put n equal to 1 for k shell. Okay, first shell is k. We can put n is equal to 1 for k. Then 2n square. 2 into 1 square is equal to 2. Then maximum number of electrons allowed in k shell is 2. The next one, L shell. N is equal to 2. N is equal to 2 for L shell. Then 2 into 2 square is equal to 2 into 4 is equal to 8. 8 electrons can occupy in L shell. Then M shell. N is equal to 3. 2 into 3 square is equal to 9 into 2, that is 18. But if the M shell is the outermost shell, then it only fills 8 electrons. That is another property. The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in the outermost shell is 8. If M is in the outermost shell, then it only exists 8 electrons. Then if N is the outermost shell, then N shell only exists 8 electrons. But the inner shells are filled up to this equation level. Then electrons do not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are be filled. Okay, electrons are not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are filled. These are the rules to fill up the electrons in the shells. Okay, then what is valency of an atom? Valency. Valence is the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Valence is the number of electrons in the outermost shell of an atom. Listen. The number of electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom is known as valence electrons.
We can also define the valency as the number of electrons gained, lost or shared so as to make the octet of electrons in the outermost shell.
What is the valency of helium? It is the structure of helium. It is the nucleus and 2 electrons are present in the helium nucleus. 2 electrons are present in helium atom. That is A is 2. Atomic number of helium is 2. So these 2 electrons are existing in the K shell. The maximum number of electrons can be occupied in K shell is 2. 2n square. 2 into 1 square is 2. So 2 electrons. This shell is completely filled. Okay. That is why the valency of helium is 0. Since the element exists in 18th group which has 0 valency, this element also occupies in 18th group in periodic table. That 18th group all filled completely like helium. So it exists in 18th group, so we can say that the valency is 0. Okay. Then what is an octet configuration? What is octet configuration of an atom? Octet means to be filled 8 or complete in the outermost shell. Okay. It is an electronic configuration of an element having 8 electrons in the outermost shell. 8 electrons has extra stability in the outermost shell. Okay. This octet configuration is important for a stable element. Okay. Then what is the atomic number? What is atomic number of an atom? This is the total number of protons present in a nucleus. Present in the nucleus of an atom. Okay. This is the total number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. This number should be equal to the number of electrons in an atom. Okay. Number of protons should be equal to number of electrons. Okay. Number of protons should be equal to number of electrons. Then what is mass number of an atom? What is mass number? It is represented as A, capital A of an atom. Okay. Mass number is the sum of number of protons and neutrons present in nucleus of an atom. It is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons. Here, mass number of the atom is represented as A is equal to number of protons. Number of protons is equal to Z plus number of neutrons. Z plus N is equal to capital A. Mass number is equal to sum of number of neutrons and number of protons. So we can find mass number of an atom by adding the number of neutrons and the number of atomic number or number of protons present in an atom. All in any time Z is equal to number of protons present in an atom. It also the atomic number. Okay, Z is atomic number is always equal to number of protons in a nucleus. Okay. For example, we can represent nitrogen. The atomic number of nitrogen is 7 and mass number is 14. For any element, we can represent it as X. Atomic number is represented at this side and the mass number is represented at the above part. It is the representation of an element. Z is atomic number or number of protons. A is the sum of number of protons and neutrons. So, this is the general representation.